Hello, 8th grade middle school. Today I want to show you how to make a grayscale using only line. You've already done a grayscale using graphite and shading from lightest to darkest. Now today you're going to use just line. You can either use a pen. If you're using a pen, try to find one that's like a liquid jelly roll or a gel pen. Or if you're going to use a pencil, that's fine too. Just don't use a blue pen or a colored. Use a black pen if you're going to use a pen. Okay, so this handout I have put on Google Classroom for you. I took a screenshot and you have that as a visual reference. You're going to just be working on a blank piece of paper. So I'm going to help you get that set up. You're going to be doing 4 different line techniques. The handout I gave you shows you 6. I'm only asking you to do 4. So this is kind of the general layout of what we're going to be doing. So on a blank piece of paper with your pen or your pencil, I'd like you to just draw a rectangle inside of your paper. Just plain typing paper will work just fine. Okay, from here, I'm going to turn it so it's horizontal. And I'm going to draw a line in the center. It does not have to be super accurate. No rulers needed for this. I'm going to split this in half again. And then I'm going to split again over here. Okay, so right now I have 4 rectangles. Okay, so now to get enough room for the grayscale, maybe a little bit more than halfway, draw another line, move over to the next rectangle, another one, and do this to all of the rectangles that you've had. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines drawn. Okay, I'm going to turn my paper now that it is vertical or in portrait, and we're going to be skipping every other rectangle. Every other rectangle is going to get a line in it. So I'm going to start up at the top, right in the center. I'm going to draw a line, skip here, draw a line, skip this area, draw a line, skip, and draw a line. Now I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do the same thing, skipping every other line, and I'm going to put a line in between. Now I'm going to move over to this side and I'm going to repeat it again. Okay, so now you should have 4 squares and then like this big rectangle. We're going to divide these now again. And I'm going to do this all the way down my paper. So now I will be making a grayscale with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. Okay, now in this section right here, I would like you to write cross hatching. This one you're going to be writing hatching. This one is going to be scribbles or squiggles. And the last one is going to be zigzags. Okay, so this is how you set up your paper. Now, when you're making a grayscale, just like you did with the graphite one, you're going to work from lightest into darkest. So you can see right here on the one that I've done, my lightest area of cross hatching has wider spaced lines and less of them. Cross hatching is just a fancy word for crossing lines over each other. Okay, and as I move over, you can see my lines get more numerous and they get closer together until I get right down here to the end where the lines are really, really intersecting, and there's a lot of them. They're really tight, which gives it the look of something darker. Okay, so again, using a pen, a black pen or a pencil, what I would like you to do is to fill these rectangles up. So my first one, I'm just going to space them far apart. My next one, I'm going to get a little bit closer together. Even closer. My lines are going to get closer and closer together as I move across my grayscale. So you can see the gradual transition already from lightest into darkest. My lines are getting closer and closer together. And my last one is going to be really, really, really close. And turn the other way. Okay, so this is my grayscale using crosshatching. I'm not going to go through the other ones, it would be a very long video, but if you look on the handout that I put onto this assignment, hatching, that's just straight lines. That's really all it is. Now this one, I don't agree with the one on the handout. This one they've done cross-hatching again up here. Try not to do that for yours. I'd like to see just hatching where it's just lines really, really close together. I did that correctly on mine right here. The scribbles, pretty easy. That one will go really quick. I should see a nice gradual transition from lightest into darkest. And then zigzag, further apart, they get closer and closer and closer. This one you can see too, if you look really closely, they actually added vertical lines into it. I'm okay if you want to do one set of vertical lines to make it look darker. Do not worry about the bottom two. I just want you to do the top 4 for yours after you set up your paper. Let me know if you have any questions. We'll talk to you later.